stream.
He's convinced me. Leaving a tip.
Looks like we're good.
You're gonna
Gabe's
leave
like,
a tip.
what are you talking about?
I got Madonna's big dick coming out of one ear. I got
Little did I know, the damned if I know.
All right, guys, we are live.
Now we're switching over.
We are live. Say hello to the world.
Hi, world.
Don't accuse me.
Craig.ln, hello, world.
Why do you continue to disappoint me?
World.
We need to have a talk after dinner. World. Family meeting.
All right, let's get this rolling.
Okay.
Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works of H.P. Lovecraft. I hope this is the first time they're ever listening to it. Your investigators of the unknown are Matt as Private Detective Dan Williams.
Oh boy, we really outsmarted them now. They're never going to find our car overturned in this ditch on the side of the road. Good job.
And Brian as Special Agent Jack Whiteside. And Gabe as Special Agent Roy Arroyo.
My one and only concern is that we might have to walk now.
All right, welcome, players. Let's begin by checking the mailbag for any letters from beyond. Russell, it's an actual mailbag. Literally.
Sack.
On Facebook, we got a message from Elizabeth Ann Laverne Clark. She says, just binged the whole podcast in the last 2 weeks, and I wanted to shoot you a message saying that I love it. I can't wait to see Sam with her new powers in some sort of action, even if it is just one scene of her berating Dan.
Aww.
I will be very sad if they are done as a couple. I also... Oh, sorry. What was that, Gabe?
I won't be.
I also have to thank you for leading me to the Hell in Texas scenario. I'm going to a gaming convention in Dallas first weekend in April, and I'm going to run Hell in Texas there.
Nice.
Thanks for the hours of listening.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's fantastic.
And as we record this, we're actually in almost mid-April now, so hopefully that went well. We'll touch base with you on Facebook and see how it went.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
That's right. Pics or it didn't happen.
Pics of you or it didn't happen.
Unfortunately, Reddit is not pulling their weight, so no action on there. And on Twitter, we did get a nice message from @ArcadeSanctuary. He says, I'm currently listening to you guys for the third time through. Whoa. I love your podcast, and I can't wait for your next scenario to drop.
Like it's hot.
I can't imagine listening to it 3 times through. I mean, that's...
Well, it's my voice.
I have to listen to it many times during the editing process, and trust me, I get sick.
Yeah, he hates us all.
I hate my own voice. It's the worst. I'm like, please, God, somebody say something funny so I can shut the fuck up. All right. Does anybody know what time it is?
I have a letter from beyond.
You do?
You have a letter?
Yeah.
Nice.
Say it.
It's from Discord. So this guy Jeremy emailed me or put on the Discord. Said, FYI, we are recording number 4048 live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, Gabe is a valued part and by far the best part of this podcast, and Matt sucks.
Oh, that was very nice of, what was his name?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I think it's pronounced Jeremy. The J is...
Oh, yeah, that guy.
A soft J.
We do want to drop a shout out to all those folks who joined us up on our Discord, though. It's a good time.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Thanks, all you folks.
All you random folks. All right. Guys, it's time to pay some bills, so let's take a quick commercial break. And we're back. Wasn't that a great commercial?
Well,
I mean, they just don't make products like that anymore.
They make products?
I mean, good and plenty?
Well, now we got to remember that.
Mike and Ike.
Put it in the wiki.
Hashtag sponsor us.
Thanks, Obama.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Don't thank him.
Will we ever be sponsored?
Well, I got a note from a random sponsor lobby. And they said we have to do 50 episodes. So we're only on 48 right now.
I'm
so
out.
Hopefully
I'm done.
we can make it to 50, and then we'll be actually sponsored. But
the whole party dies at 49.
How's that Patreon going?
It's up and running, and we've collected. We're making $1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's nice.
Of which you'll never see any a penny.
Oh.
No, it's not up and running yet. But hopefully by the launch of this actual podcast, it will be. So I'll cut all this shit out.
And we should have the listeners put out some ideas, too, if they have anything that they would like to see in the Patreon, maybe we can provide.
Like what?
That would
Naked photos?
Well,
dick pics.
They always want to see nudes of me,
Always.
275-pound man,
$100 a month will get you the Jack Whiteside nude calendar.
It's just one picture across the entire year.
And it's pretty shriveled, so.
Yeah.
Oh, they always put the staples right there.
And it was cold that day.
All of the days of the
Andy
year?
was in the pool.
He's a grower, not a shower. It's okay.
He's neither a grower nor a
No, I'm not.
It's like a tic-tac down a hallway.
Now.
Well, that's our podcast. Have a good night.
The dick joke tapes.
Now, dear investigators, we continue. Chapter 6, The Big Uneasy. Previously on the Lovecraft Tapes. After yet another wonderful breakfast prepared at Blaine Manor, where nary a thought is given to the unidentified and literally faceless corpse down the hallway, the investigators start putting two and two together. All signs point toward Louisiana. Jack is worried the cult from which his family escaped might be involved in the snake attack, so shares his experiences with the other two. Roy and Dan confer with Evie, the town librarian, who gives them more info about Hubert Pretorius Loveland's book and helps them discover the good doctor is doing field research in Laplace, Louisiana. With downtime on their hands and the clues piling up, the investigators decide it might be in their best interest to catch a red-eye to New Orleans. Once there, it's a quick drive from the airport to nearby Laplace, but some locals in a pickup truck chase them en route. Jack's luck finally runs out, with a 1-2 combination of alligator in the road and shotgun blasts to the driver's side window. Jack, it's been years since you've had to drive a manual tranny. And that's the last thought that enters your mind before your window explodes and you feel a sudden rush of glass against the side of your head, followed by a ringing sound in your left ear and a splash of hot liquid down your neck. Suddenly, here on a distant highway at 3 a.m., it seems like a splendid idea to take a nap. As the steering wheel slips from your numb fingers, you slump against Dan for some quick shut-eye. Dan!
I just bought this. Don't bleed all over it.
Dan, in part because of really crappy marksmanship on your part, the pickup truck pulls easily alongside the Cavalier. You watch in horror as the albino passenger grins through the window at you, then levels his shotgun at Jack's head and pulls the trigger.
No, don't. Please stop.
Glass shatters and blood spatters the interior. Jack's ruined face turns toward you, a confused look in his right eye. Dimly, you recall him wishing for more action with all this investigator stuff. Then you realize the car is veering toward the side of the road, and you brace for impact. Roy, despite some excellent marksmanship on your part, the driver of the pickup truck manages to bring his vehicle alongside yours. If only you can get another shot off at their tires, maybe that would incapacitate them? Blam! Too late. From the back seat, you witness the barrel of a 12-gauge shotgun erupt in a fiery blast that destroys the Cavalier's driver's side window. Bits of blood, bone, and flesh sluice onto the headrest in front of you. Oh, man, they shot Jack in the face, you think. Then the car is skidding off-road into the underbrush. Just before the abrupt cessation of forward momentum, You wonder if wearing a seatbelt might have been a good idea. All right. All right, Dan and Roy. I'm going to need you to each make a Constitution check.
You're going to poop yourself.
I know the Constitution pretty well. The first 10 amendments is called the Bill of Rights. It was signed to make our government.
Oh my God, roll.
Fudge buckets. I needed a 70 and I rolled a 78.
Okay.
And I need a 50 and I rolled a 98.
Starting off strong here on the Lovecraft Tapes. Starting off strong.
I was so close.
This is great.
What if I fumbled that? Would I die?
You take 66 points of damage.
All right. So this is funny. I didn't count on actually you both failing.
Haha, it goes to show you. We're great at failing.
Oh, so
Don't
good.
underestimate us, Jeremy.
No kidding.
Don't overestimate us either.
No kidding. All right, let's see. Okay. So we'll do actually who failed the worst? I guess that'd be Gabe. So this will be
Gabe
for
failed.
This will be for Dan. You regain consciousness as my snot comes out of my nose. You regain consciousness slowly. The sound of buzzing cicadas urging you away from the edge of blackness. Thankfully, the airbags deployed successfully when the car nosedived off the road into a muddy ditch. The driver's side door is open, and for a moment your heart leaps. Jack! He isn't dead! But then you see a shadowy figure just a few yards away, bent over the prone figure of your friend. At first, you think it might be one of the attackers who ran you off the road. Your hand feels around for where your gun might have been thrown. Then, the figure turns toward you, and it is an old man. His car is parked on the road up the embankment, headlights blazing. A good Samaritan. Please, he calls out to you. I need your assistance if we are to save him. And with a shock, you realize the old man is Hubert Pretorius Loveland. And currently, Brian will be playing Hubert Pretorius Loveland.
Read my shirt, folks.
I like it. Brian, this is an audio podcast.
Yeah, it was for you guys.
Essentially, now we are in attempting to make sure Jack doesn't die. Unfortunately, the two of you did not make your Constitution roll, so you may not assist. And Roy is still unconscious in the back seat. You may not assist.
I wanted him to die.
With so basically, Hubert, you are going to be the one to do this. So open up your character sheet.
Oh, my character sheet is wide open.
Cool. And we're going to go to the combat damage flow chart. Can you also open up Jack's character sheet?
No, because you took it away.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Oh, Lordy, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you meant to do it.
Oh, no.
I did take it away. You're right.
So and you took away the keeper notes as well.
There we go. Keeper notes is fine. Who cares about that?
Oh,
so
nothing.
Brian,
you know
there you go. Can be edited by Brian. There you go, buddy. All right. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to be following along the combat damage flowchart from the Keeper's Notebook.
Should I click on my character sheet for Jack? Should I click a successful drive? Face off.
Face off. All right. So, at the top of the combat damage flowchart, character takes damage from a single wound. Damage is more than maximum hit points, which is not true because it was equal to, right?
Correct.
So what we're going to do is the first thing you're going to do on Jack's character sheet is you're going to tick that little box that says major wound. So hit points have fallen to 0.
I've never been in
Congratulations on the promotion. He was previously private wound.
So currently you are in dying stage, okay? Now, luckily for you, Hubert Pretorius has come onto the scene just in time to pull you out of the car, and now he's going to attempt to make first aid. So,
okay, first aid.
On Hubert's character sheet, look for first aid.
I got it.
And
I got so much stuff up on my screens.
Right, you got everything. So do I.
Oh.
So you're gonna go ahead and give that a whirl.
Nice.
So good luck to you.
Stand back. I've got to get this taken care of. I needed a 60 and I got a 54.
That is a success. So you are now currently temporarily stabilized, and
Who
Jack
is
at
Herbert?
one. Jack is at 1 hit point.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
I made the trip from 0 to 1. I feel so much better. Thanks, Doc.
So that essentially stabilizes you, and so Hubert.
All right, on with the mission.
On with the mission. Hubert, it is probably in your best interest to. We will assume that you've already called 911, and
that is correct.
An
I use my
ambulance
phone right away.
will
911. Okay, now what do we do?
in just a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, you can interact with Dan if you want.
Hello, Dan. How are you? I am interacting with you. Sorry, I touched your boob.
Oh, hey, Doc. Long time no see.
Daniel, get over here right now. Put your hand right here.
I'm not sticking my hand down your pants again, Doctor.
Not like last time. Put your hand on his throat. I do not want the blood to squirt.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna...
Right there. Apply a little bit of pressure. Not too much.
This is an autoerotic asphyxiation.
Not too much. That's just right.
That's it.
All
I'm
right.
leaving.
You got this? I'm going to check on the gentleman in the back.
Yeah. That's Roy. Arroyo, in case
I can't hear you. I'm opening a door.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay?
And Roy, you come to groggily.
Liza, I told you. Hey, what's good?
Pardon me, sir. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, then.
Did something happen?
No. Why?
Okay. I wake up like
I'm here
this at
collecting
least
for the
3
Marching
times a
Nines.
day.
You might want to get out here. Your friend is in really bad shape.
Which one?
Yes.
Only one of them is
Not
my friend.
Daniel,
And actually,
I can tell
neither
you
of them
that.
are.
Roy, get your lazy ass out of the fucking car.
Okay,
This
so it's
car
the one I
has
do care about that's hurt.
Pardon me. I'm going to be in the back seat.
No, tailpipe. You need to go for the tailpipe.
Oh,
With your banana.
haven't done that since 1976.
Oh. You are right.
All right, I'll get out of the car.
How is he doing, Daniel?
Not squirting.
Then you're not doing it right.
Try using 2 fingers.
His loss.
Oh, this is inappropriate. All right, the police should be here any minute. I called 911 as soon as I saw the action.
This is a family show.
What show are you referring to, Daniel?
The Lovecraft Tapes. You should check it out. It's a
What
really
the
great
hell are you talking about?
podcast.
Take control of yourself.
Delirious.
Wait a minute. Why did you call the cops? He obviously set this up.
I called 911.
4?
5.
8665309. Oh.
This jackass had these guys trying to kill
I
us.
am
Who
not a
cares what
doctor.
happens to him?
Roy, I doubt if he was the one trying to get us killed, that he'd try and save us. That's
I don't think he did. Did you notice how badly he drove?
He's talking about Jack.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Doc. Well, I mean, he's from Louisiana. They don't do a whole lot of driving down here. They ride gators everywhere. It's.
Then how come he killed that gator with the car ish?
Snack.
That was a crocodile,
for
I
later?
believe. I'm going to wait up by the road so I can flag down the ambulance when they get here.
Smart. I'm just gonna stay here with the gurgling face man.
I can't hear you. I'm up by the
Trust
road.
anyone.
All right. So
if you're fine, Roy, why don't you go back to the car and see if you can't find our guns? So that way, if anyone else rolls up on us, we can
I
at least
didn't lose
defend
my
ourselves.
gun. I keep it strapped to my thigh.
on the inside, underneath the
with
skirt.
medical tape.
Great.
I'll
Then go
look
back
for
to the
your
car
gun,
and
not
look for
that
my
you
gun.
can use it.
All right. So shortly, the ambulance.
I'm sorry.
pulls
Wait.
up.
Who is the one who rolled a 1 crit on a gunshot and single-handedly took out a dimensional shambler? That was
That's
me.
the past.
That was
Oh,
me.
that's the past. This is the now. Jack's dead, probably, hopefully.
Not quite dead yet.
Oh, he'll be dead any minute. He'll be stone dead soon.
So the paramedics arrive and confer with Hubert, who shows them down the embankment to where Jack is barely alive and hardly squirting.
Truth or dare?
Audio podcast. Bro.
Audio podcast. And
Not for you guys.
And essentially, they arrange to.
It is now.
They put him on a gurney, load him up, and are going to take him back to a hospital in New Orleans, and that is where he will remain. So here's how it's going to play out.
I believe you mean they took him to a hospital in New Orleans.
I believe they're going to go to New Orleans.
So what's going to happen, Jack, is you're going to be sequestered in the hospital for quite some time. So what we're going to do is, if you need to check it out, there's a cheat sheet for damage and healing.
Okay.
And this, first aid and medicine is the one it's called. First aid and medicine. So this will guide us. Essentially, you need to rest for a week. And at the end of each week, you can roll to see if your major wound box becomes unticked. So
okay. All
right.
Once a week.
Yep. Essentially, that's how it is. And you will be incapacitated until that major wound box is unticked. Okay. That's how that works. So we did the dying part. Con roll at the end of each hour. Failure indicates loss of temporary hit points. But we're going to assume that because you are in the care of the paramedics, that you should be okay. If you did regular damage recovery, it'd be 1 hit point per day. But we're doing major wound recovery because you've gone past that tick box.
Right.
If you need to roll a Constitution roll at the end of each week while you're in recovery, and failure means that you don't get any hit points back.
Right, it's longer recovery.
Yep. If you succeed, you get 1d3 hit points recovered, and then you can untick the box when you reach half of your original hit points.
Half or more, okay. Mm-hmm. And you're going to keep track of the weeks?
Yeah, essentially, this adventure won't. You won't be healed by the end of this adventure. That's for sure.
Okay. So this will be about 2 weeks.
This will overlap into probably the next chapter, as far as Jack is concerned. But we'll keep tabs. So nothing really happens because you're in a good environment. You get a bonus die while you're in the hospital.
Oh, good.
And because you're receiving effective medical care. So if the only thing that could happen is if there was a fumble, then your condition actually worsens, which could lead to a lasting injury. So some sort of scarring, that sort of thing. But otherwise, without any problems, and we can actually play this out right now if you wanted to give ourselves an idea of when he might be actually recovered, if all goes well.
Sure. That way we don't have to worry about it over the time. Yeah. I like that.
Exactly right. So you can start right now. Just go ahead and do a con roll. And we know that you need your 11 hit points, so you need 6, right, to untick that box.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So Constitution roll.
Yep, you do Constitution rolls, and I'll do the healing points.
Okay.
So there's
I needed a 50. I got a 41.
Nice.
Success.
I'm going to do...
So you get 1d3 hit points back.
Oops. D6, there we go.
D3, right?
So I did a 6. So I'm doing the healing rolls. So the first week you gain 2 hit points.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I get the 13 from the D20?
Yeah, I rolled the D20 accidentally. Sorry about that. So go ahead and do week 2.
Week 2. I needed a 50. I got a 31.
Nice. That's going to be 1 more hit point.
Come on, bro.
So, sorry.
Literally?
Yep.
So where am I at now? I'm at 3 hit points.
So 2 weeks you'll be at
2 weeks, 3 hit points. Yep.
Okay.
So I mean you're halfway.
Oh, I got an extreme.
Okay.
That's what
I got a 5, so I get a 2d6.
Yep, which will be a 2d3.
2d3.
Which
sorry,
is essentially going to be a
D6.
D6. Yeah. So
yes,
we'll go ahead and give you 4 points on that one because you would have got a little bit more of an edge if it was 2d3.
Got ya.
So go ahead and take 4 hit points. That brings you up to
7.
Yeah, that brings them over half.
So at the end of 3 weeks.
Oh, +1 is 8 because the doctor got me up to 1.
You have the temporary. Yep. So at the end of 3 weeks, you can untick that box.
Okay. Can I untick it now or should I wait?
You can untick it now.
Okay.
And just make a note that at 3 weeks, you'll be at that point. So you're basically out of commission for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Boys, let's drag this mission out for 3 weeks.
Right. Now, and so, you can't be you can't be an asset to this in any way, shape, or form. So you're basically out of it, and you'd be playing Hubert.
Okay.
For the rest of the adventure. So
I like it. That's awesome that we did that at the beginning.
All right. So the police arrive and question Hubert and question Roy and question Dan about the events. Do you want to tell them anything different than what actually happened?
No,
I think it's good to be honest and truthful with it.
Okay.
I don't, but I have nothing smart to lie with.
All right. So
it was the aliens.
They take down your stories, and obviously they're going to be investigating this. You do see a squad car head off in the direction of Laplace, but this is the New Orleans police essentially. They're coming, probably the state police, coming through.
The NOPD, aka not our problem, dude.
The NOPD.
NOPD.
There's a reason why people hear the NOPD, not our problem, dude.
And essentially, after probably another hour or so, everybody is gone, and just the 3 of you are left on the roadside.
Well, boys, you want to go get some pancakes?
And there will be a tow truck to come collect your.
Who the hell is talking?
To collect your Cavalier, and that'll be taken to the local shop in Laplace.
Chop.
Cool. I guess before we leave, I should probably go find my gun because that might come in handy later.
During the interim, you've managed to collect your gun, all your belongings.
Okay.
Jack's belongings have all gone with him back to the hospital. So you guys have everything you need. The only thing you don't have right now is transportation.
Can I give you boys a lift anywhere?
Are you going to carry me?
Oh, yes. No, I don't work for Uber. I work for Lyft.
We were heading over to Laplace to do some digging and do.
Oh, yes, the place.
Yeah, some strange stuff has been happening back in Arkham, and it's kind of been pointing us towards Laplace and some sort of cult called the Galactose Knights or something like that. I don't know.
The Glucose Knights.
I love this. Glucose Knights. They're better than the Sugar Days.
Oh.
Well, I think that is fantastic. Why don't we ride along and I'll tell you a little story?
I don't want to hear the story.
You can't hate everybody, Roy.
That's
can't
not
hate
true.
everybody.
I
like
everybody.
Bugsy. I like Kid Canada, and I like Petunia. Who else do
Oh
I
my
need?
God, Kid Canada's my brother.
No, he isn't. You're not Canadian. You're just annoying.
No. We were separated at birth.
Well, I guess I hate Kid Canada now.
Oh. Well, shit.
I'm going to give Brian a quick whisper here. All right. So basically, you are staying at the same hotel. I don't think I mentioned that, but
no,
you are staying.
I assumed when you said
basically you're staying at the only hotel in Laplace,
right?
And
That's what I assumed.
The Riverlands Hotel.
Riverlands Screen Door 2.
That's pretty much all they. So,
cool.
So they'll probably end up checking in with at the same hotel.
Yep, the guy over there.
The French toast is better than pancakes, right?
Oh yeah, totally. French toast. Those Frenchies and their toasting and.
Oh, sorry, we were having our own conversation.
Yeah, you guys aren't allowed to join in.
You boys want to have a ride or not?
I said yeah.
All right then. Roy, why don't you hop in the front seat with me?
Fine.
Shotgun, as you will.
Yeah, shotgun.
No, move my shotgun. All right. Well, we're gonna drive to into the place.
Yep, and I have a map to share with you.
Nice.
Let me see.
Map.
And I'm just going to give you a quick overview. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. This is a map of the region. And this will just give you a quick idea of
the region,
where you came from. So obviously you arrived in New Orleans International Airport, Louis Armstrong. And you drove along 61, which leads over to Laplace. Okay? Yep, you got it. You got your Laplaces. All right. So that's.
I'd personally rather go to Garyville, where everybody is named Gary.
Gary.
What do you want, Gary?
Gary.
Yes, Gary.
Gary.
And it's all screen doors over there, Gary. All right, so that's an overview of the region, and here is Laplace proper.
Lapis. There's no landmarks. Other than a travel center.
Yep, you can see this is basically just pulled from Google Maps, obviously.
You
copyright infringement. Oh.
And so,
where's the hotel located?
The hotel where Hubert is staying is located right here. It's
right
a golf country club.
Yep, Riverlands Hotel is got a golf course and country club essentially right next door. Excuse me.
Yeah, but do they have screen doors?
They do not. No, they don't believe in them down here.
Not as nice as the screen door in.
And anyways, yeah, so that's where Hubert is staying. And Hubert, as you know, the golf course itself is actually pretty ratty, not kept up very well.
Oh, of course.
But there's not a whole lot of option here in Laplace.
And it comes free 18 holes each day with a hotel room. So,
Hey, Herbert.
Yes, sir.
What's your opinion on screen doors if we're going to be traveling together?
Interesting. I have winter screen doors on my house, and I have a 3-season room, fully screened.
Okay, that's an acceptable answer.
What screens do you use, may I ask?
Well, I could go on for days about screen doors. In fact, one of the main reasons we're here in Laplace is because we know there's a big screen door manufacturing company.
Yes, there is. I've toured it twice.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tour it 3 times, so.
May I go with you the third?
Only if I can tour it one more time without you, so I can have more tours than you.
You go the first 2 by yourself. It needs to be experienced.
Yeah. You don't know crap about screen doors. I'm calling this right now.
Danielle, what's wrong?
Sorry, I fell asleep on my arm.
What's wrong? Wake up.
Are we there yet?
We are. Do you boys have a reservation?
I don't know.
Jack
Probably
did
not.
that.
Oh,
Dan, check your credit card info.
Well, a place like this, I'm pretty sure they don't have a problem with vacancy, so it shouldn't be too hard to get me a
That's
room.
pretty right.
Roy, the back seat is not bad, so yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to head into the hotel, and I'm going to get me a room to stay in.
But it's 4 a.m. How are you gonna do that?
Well, there's someone at the front desk, of course.
I was going to
Why
say,
would
it's a hotel. There's probably someone at the front desk 24/7.
Oh, so
I
this
wonder why
place
I was
sucks.
driving around at 4 a.m.
I wonder why you happen to be passing us on 61.
Oh, so do I, my friend.
And in the
69
dark, you
was
were
busy.
able to see us on the side of the road in the dark.
I was not having an encounter, I tell you this. Private or otherwise.
All right,
Midnight
so
mission had ended, huh?
the three of you stride into the rundown Riverlands Hotel. It is what used to be a pretty nice looking country club and hotel, but has fallen into disrepair. You can see that it's pretty weather beaten. It might have taken some damage in one of the last hurricanes, and nobody has bothered to fix it back up. There are shutters hanging askew from some of the windows, and as you approach the front door, up creaking steps, a few feral cats screech away from the underbrush. They were clearly making some sweet, sweet love. And
Still more action than Roy gets.
Really? I have 11
He's got
kids.
11
Your
kids.
wife
Come on,
is
man.
leaving you.
You should talk. And
How's Sam doing, Dan?
oof, ouch. And you walk in, the front door creaks very loudly, and behind the sagging front desk, you see a very greasy-looking man. I'm going to show him to you.
Petunia, what are you doing here?
And show to everybody. There you go.
Aww.
And he looks up with a weary look in his eyes. Looks like he's been there the entire night. And Hubert, as you know, he's pretty much the only person to be running this hotel. This is Igor Longpea.
Huh.
Can we keep him?
It's quite special.
And he gives Hubert a curt nod and looks curiously at the other two. And he's like, "Can I help you?"
My good man, these two boys need a room tonight.
Yes, we have plenty of rooms. You're the only person.
Great. Can I get 2 rooms then?
Yes.
One for me and one for him. And I'm going to point my thumb in the direction of Roy.
Absolutely. Would you like the bridal suite?
We're not together. Just 2 standard rooms.
No,
please.
I was thinking about just you.
We could share a room.
Yes.
Do you have any rooms with 2 beds in them?
Yes, I have plenty.
Separate. Okay.
I
great.
have connecting rooms too.
Ooh.
Is there a
Boys.
screen door connecting them?
No, we do not like screen doors around here.
Am I allowed to install a screen door into the room so I can feel like I'm more at home?
Well, and he puts out his hand. If the price is right.
I'll give him a high five.
Well, he looks at it and just sort of looks at Hubert, gives him a weary look. All right, here's the paperwork. Please sign.
I'm going to sign the paperwork for the room.
Here is your
And I'll
key.
sign my name as Jack Whiteside.
Here's your key, Mr. Whiteside.
Thanks.
No problem. The maid will be here in 2 days.
Okay. Good to know, I guess. You two can do what you want. I'm going to hit the hay. It's been a long day, and needless to say, rollover accidents are not really good for my health. So
I apologize for the hay. The maid hasn't been here in 2 days.
that's just fine, thank you. And I'm going to grab my stuff and head towards the room.
Okay.
I'm not. I can't sleep in a room without a screen door, so I gotta go out fast.
So, I don't believe we've officially met.
Who, me?
No,
Oh, Roy.
we
I'm
have
sorry.
met.
I'm going back to sleep.
Herbert Pretorius Loveland. And you are?
Roy Arroyo.
Nice to meet you. Did you say you needed to run out and run some errands?
Yeah, I need a screen door
Okay,
and
okay.
a tools.
Understandable. Would you like my keys?
Sure, thanks.
Here you go. Just make sure to put a little gas in it if you don't mind.
Yeah, I might.
Thank you, sir. I will see you for the continental breakfast at 10 a.m.
That's a bit early, but crazier things have
10:05?
happened. I mean, crazier things have happened. I might be up by then. Thanks for the car.
No problem. Just leave the keys at the front desk.
Okay. Peter Lorre's cool, by the way.
I agree. Good night, sir.
Night.
All right. What is Hubert doing?
Going to my room and taking a night-night.
All right. And Dan, I assume you are also retiring to your room and going to sleep?
Yeah, sir.
Awesome. Roy, how about you?
I'm gonna take Hubert's car and run to the closest screen door outlet and pick up a screen door and some application tools.
All right. All right, we'll leave you at that then. Dan, as you go to your room, you open it up, and you guys said you were sharing a room, right?
Yeah, we got one room that had two separate beds.
Awesome. And so this will actually be the bridal suite, and it is exceedingly small. The two beds have actually been pushed together, and they can either be separated, but currently they're pushed together to make one gigantic king-size bed. And there is a very thin and somewhat stained blanket on the top that has a heart that probably was once red, but is faded to like a sickly pink. And you flip the switch on, and the lights on the wall just sort of flicker, and then go out, and then flicker, and then go out, and then solidify and stay lit this time.
I missed the screen door in. I never thought I'd say that, but I miss it already.
It probably could benefit from a screen door because it's a bit stuffy in here. There is an odd smell. It's kind of, I don't know, bleach.
Yeah, I told you. Boom.
First thing I'm going to do is separate the two beds and push them as far as I can to opposite sides of the room.
All right. You do find a used condom that had clearly gone between the cracks in the middle where the beds met, and now is sitting on the floor. It's a rather small condom, and it's completely dry now, but looks like it once upon a time had contained some unusual fluid. Not quite sure what that was.
Well,
Green.
Jack is from here.
I'm going to go to the bathroom and grab some toilet paper so I can pick it up without actually having to touch it.
You just want to test it to see if it's still good. I know.
Yeah.
Try it out.
If there are no holes in it, you might as well pick it out.
Oh, it's too big like the others.
You go in the bathroom and you can see that the sink is stained with iron stains, and as is the toilet bowl, and there is a bit of toilet paper left on the roll, but it looks like maybe after you use this to pick it up, you might be able to get one good use out of it tomorrow morning.
Can you spare a square?
There are 4 washcloths, 1 hand towel, and 1 very ratty looking bath towel.
Great. I'm going to pick up the condom with the toilet paper and just throw it in the garbage can. Then I'm going to make a call to the front desk.
Ooh.
It rings approximately half of a ring, and then you hear Igor pick up. Yes.
Yeah, Igor.
Yes.
I just checked in. I was wondering if you had any extra toilet paper, seeing as the one in our room is kind of gone at the moment.
Oh, yes, sir. I can bring up something. What room are you in?
That's a really good question.
The honeymoon suite.
Oh,
No,
what was it?
bridal
Bridal suite.
Bridal suite.
Yes. What was your name again?
Dan Williams.
Williams. I'm not seeing it here.
It might be under Jack Whiteside.
No, I'm not seeing that either. When did you check in with us?
Like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't entered into the system just yet. Hang on a second. You heard paper shuffling. And he comes back on. Oh, yes, Mr. Williams. What can I do for you?
I want to know if you can bring some toilet paper up to the room.
Oh, yes. I will have, I think the maid is in 2 days. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. That'll be great. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you again for your staying with us. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Or morning.
I'm going to hang up, pull out my cell phone, and call Roy. Because I know he's out right now.
Roy, your phone rings.
I look at it, see it's Dan, and hang up.
I know you're there, Roy. Pick up your damn phone. We're out of toilet paper, so if you want to wipe your ass, I suggest you stop and pick some up. Otherwise, I'm going to be using your bed sheets.
All right, what?
Our room is out of toilet paper, and the maid isn't coming for 2 days. So you might want to
ask Peter Lorre for them. Why is this my problem?
Because you're out right now buying things, and
I'm buying essentials.
Yeah, toilet paper is kind of essential.
They don't have toilet paper at the Screen Door store.
No, but if you go next door to the Stop and Shop, I'm pretty sure they sell toilet paper that has a Screen Door print on it.
You don't know that there's a Stop and Shop next door. We just got here.
It's a scientifically proven fact that there's a Stop and Shop next to everything, everywhere, all the time. I mean, seriously, go outside and look, and I guarantee there's a Stop and Shop next door.
Oh, why isn't there a Stop and Shop next to the hotel that you can walk to then? Boom.
Because I'm lazy and you're in a car.
I'm not in a car. I'm in the Screen Door Inn. I'm trying to check out, and I'm yelling in this guy's face at you.
You don't have to yell, Roy. I can hear you through the phone just fine.
That's not true.
Look, I'm just saying we need some toilet paper. So
fine, I'll get some, but you owe me a solid.
You.
No, I need the toilet paper so I don't have to deal with the solid later on, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just
fine, I'll get it.
Okay, thanks, Roy.
Hey,
what?
Keep an eye on Kid Louisiana. I don't trust him.
You mean the doc?
Yeah. What is he doing out driving at 4 a.m. on the 61?
Maybe he likes driving at 4 a.m. on roads.
What is he, a psychopath?
Number 61.
You notice that he's friends with, probably friends with those guys that shot us.
I see no such evidence for that. Look,
yeah, well, that's because you're not.
I've known him long enough to know that he's not involved with that. Okay.
It's been like 45 minutes, dude.
No, he was Charles's doctor way back when.
Yeah, well,
I
don't
know
pay
him.
attention.
I spent time with him.
I think you knew that about me.
Look, just toilet paper, please.
Fine.
Good night. Oh, I guess I might be sleeping when you get back, so, you know.
I love you.
Okay, well.
Right. We'll fade the scene there. And
meanwhile,
let's cut to
Blaine Manor.
Let's cut to.
You gotta go to S-Mart.
Dan wakes up in the morning. It is approximately 9:45 a.m. And
let me guess, Roy is sleeping on top of the screen door he bought last night.
He is sleeping in his bed, but for some reason he's pushed his bed closer to your bed, so it's like almost the same way that it was configured last night before you pulled the two beds apart. And the front, the motel or the hotel room door is wide open, and there's a brand new shiny screen door installed, and you can see the hallway outside. And
I walk up to the door and You boys want to come down for a continental breakfast?
I thought you said 10:07. It's only 9:45.
Do you boys want to come down for a continental breakfast?
You don't have to yell, Doc. It's a screen door. I can see you and I can hear you.
If I can't see you, I don't know that you're talking.
Yeah, sure. Let's go grab that continental breakfast.
Fantastic. I'll meet you down there at 10:07. I go back to my room.
All right, so Dan and Roy hurriedly get
my
ready
current mood on Facebook to flustered.
and meet Hubert Pretorius Loveland at the Continental Breakfast, of which there is only 2 items: vitamin D milk and blueberry.
Yes. You boys better
I'm
hurry.
disgusted.
I like to eat 2 bowls.
It is the best out of the 3 cereals, so.
That's wrong on every level.
No,
it's
it's
the
not.
worst of the 3. You're
No,
a piece of crap, and I hate your guts.
It's like Blueberry, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, obviously.
Blueberry tastes like blueberries. And what do you do when you cover blueberries in milk? Did they taste good? No, they taste like soggy blueberries in milk.
I can't drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant.
So
That
Hubert
shut
is
your
just
mouth,
having
didn't it?
blueberry with no milk on it.
All these hipster losers just think blueberry's trendy because it's always been the worst one. And now they're like, oh, it's the best one. It's my favorite. And now it's in every freaking piece of media imaginable. And
Including
blueberry
this one.
tastes like crap.
Yeah, they were talking about it on Fox News yesterday.
I'm going to go over and see if Igor is at the front desk.
Yes, sir. How can I help you? Would you like to check in?
I already have Igor. Is there like a diner around here somewhere?
Diner. Well, I get most people just head back up to either the gas station and grab something off the turnstile, or go into New Orleans.
Great. Can I walk to the gas station from here?
It's up towards the travel center, so no, walking probably isn't the best idea.
Is there like a McDonald's nearby? Some sort of fast food
No, we haven't
place
got
I
that
can-
yet. Is that good? I've heard good things.
Thanks, Igor. You're a huge help.
You're welcome, sir. Let me know if you'd like to check in.
I'll do that.
I'll walk
Hello,
up to him
Igor.
now.
Is Betty's open for breakfast yet?
Oh, yes, sir. It certainly is.
Oh, fantastic. I'll be heading over to Betty's for breakfast.
Yes, they have excellent pancakes.
They sure do.
But no
Would you like me to
blueberry.
bring you back some like last time?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You got it. With the chocolate chips.
Oh, and walnuts.
Oh, the walnuts.
All right,
Thank you,
my
sir.
turn. Hey, Peter. You notice how we're all going out to breakfast right
Are
now?
you talking to my penis?
We're going out to breakfast right now because blueberry sucks and nobody wants it. Get a real cereal.
Oh.
Say hi
It's
to
okay.
Boris for me.
He
Bye.
didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Don't worry about it.
I have not woken up before 2 p.m. since I was 11 years old.
All right, everybody in if you want to go to Betty's.
Cool. Let's go.
All right. Betty's is just down the road off of Airline Highway, and is really just about here.
I was
Audio
way off.
podcast.
Audio podcast. So it's a bit west on 61, just off the Airline Highway. And it is a relatively rundown diner. Their coffee is like watery thin. It's almost tea. Their specialty is pancakes. They do several different varieties. And they do eggs. That's about it. They don't get a whole lot of stuff around here, and it's not very good.
Do they have gluten-free pancakes?
Absolutely not.
Damn.
No. But for some reason, Hubert really likes this place, and he's really enjoying the food.
Is it because of Betty? Are we gonna do that thing again?
There's actually no Betty. There's just a big fat sweaty guy behind the counter who's taking the orders and preparing the food. And you can watch him. He's smoking a cigarette over the grill.
Mm-hmm. Natural flavors.
Okay.
Hello, Eric.
What's up?
Could I get that backwoods omelet that you got me yesterday?
Sure, why not? And he serves up essentially a fried egg with a little sprig of green onion on it.
Thank you very much.
Here's your omelet.
So,
Are you boys gonna
Betty?
eat breakfast or just stare at him?
I'll try that again. So, you're Betty, huh?
No, I'm Eric.
Well, I guess you'll have to do. I'll take eggs.
We got eggs. And he serves up 2 fried eggs for you.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome.
See, there's one guy I like, Hubert.
Eric,
Nice.
is it?
Too.
Yeah.
What do you got in this joint?
Eggs. Pancakes.
Okay, then. I'll take some pancakes, I guess.
There you go. And he pulls some out from a heat lamp and gives you 2
Daniel.
large pancakes.
Daniel, don't
What?
eat the pancakes. You will not be right for days.
You ever
Try
heard
an
of Soylent
omelet.
pancakes?
Try an omelet.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take an omelet instead. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm on a new diet. And
That is a fantastic idea, Daniel.
Here you go. And he gives you 1 fried egg with a sprig of green onion on it.
Wow, thanks. I'll be sure to leave you a good review on Yelp.
Daniel, I know he was complaining, but I have a pocket full of blueberry if you'd like to put that on the side.
Great, that's great.
I empty my pockets onto the table.
His egg in sullen silence.
All right, so you choke down your mediocre meal, although Hubert really seems to be enjoying himself.
Fantastic.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I wish Jack didn't die.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Say, Doc,
Yes, Daniel.
I've been thinking about something for a while. You remember Charles, right?
Of course I remember Charles.
Do you think he actually did it? Like the killing? I
Oh,
mean,
yes,
I
he
don't.
had sex with women.
No. Do you think that he was the one who killed all those people at the Contented Cow?
Oh, boy. And it's not my place to make those judgments.
I mean, if you had to place a bet,
Oh, I'm not a betting man.
Hey, I got a question, Doc.
Sure, what is it, Roy?
So you work with nut jobs, right?
I would not classify them as nut jobs, but yes, I do.
So do you think that that rubbed off on you and that's why you're like this?
Oh, I've had several rub off on me, but it's just the sickness.
So who's ready to go back to the hotel?
Oh, I'd be more than happy to drive you.
I'll walk.
You wouldn't happen to know if there's like a library anywhere around here? Or...
The closest thing to a library is the Screen Door Factory.
That's nothing like a library.
Of course there's a library. This is a town. It's just right over by 44.
Great. You mind taking me over there? A couple of things I want to look
Of
into.
course I would be honored to take you there.
And I'll go because he sucks at library use.
Hey, I found the self-help section once.
once. I've hit every single library use roll, of course. Now that I say that, I'm not going to hit this one.
Boys, just don't bother me while I'm in the back section on my webcam.
Sure thing.
All right, we're going to head to the library.
All right.
Thank you, Eric. We really appreciate the omelets.
Bye, Betty.
Bye.
Betty.
All right, so you arrive at the library. It is a very small, rinky-dink little thing. Looks like it, probably has some minor records and very few books. It's really small town stuff.
I want to do some digging. Like, there are like town records. Do they have those there? Or,
I guess you'll have to ask the librarian, wouldn't you?
Okay. I'm gonna head on in and head up to the front desk.
All right. You walk in, and there is a nice, older-looking man behind the front desk.
Petunia, what are you doing here?
You can see there is a placard on the desk which reads, Florian LeBlanc, librarian. And I'll go ahead and show this to you. There you go. All right. And he appears to be deep in reading a book. Hardly looks up as you come in.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the desk and ring the little bell that's sitting there. It says, "Please ring for service." Tap it a couple of times.
He's roused from his reverie within the book and looks up at you with watery, roomy eyes and gives you a sort of a sad smile and says, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Hi. I'm wondering if you have any like town records or old newspapers lying around. I'm here to do a little research on some group that's supposedly around here called the Galactic Kites.
Galactic Kites. It doesn't ring any bells.
They're a cult that supposedly is in this area.
They like them snakes in that there.
Yeah, the snake people. Yeah.
Snake people. I see. Well, let me see here. Yeah, so you want to look at some of the old records, do you?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Or any CDs you may have.
Oh, hello. How are you, Professor?
I am doing quite
Good,
well. How are you?
Good to see you again as well. I know. Are you with these boys? Are they giving you some hand with that snake research you're doing too?
Yeah, not as of yet, but I'm hoping they'll be able to be useful.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, so it's nice to have some help around. All right, so boys, I just need you to sign here, and I need a couple pieces of ID if you don't mind. If I'm going to give you access to what we got as far as the town records go.
I don't carry ID with me. It's a government trap.
Roy, you're an FBI agent.
I believe you work for the government.
You don't know crap about me, Hubert. Maybe stay out of this.
That is true.
I, for one, know, Roy, that you love shoving your badge in people's faces and yelling FBI whenever we go anywhere. So.
No, I believe he said batch.
Biatch.
Just because I work for the government doesn't mean I have to like or trust the government. Maybe I'm trying to tear it down from the inside out. You ever think of that? Get smarter.
All right, here's my driver's license.
Driver's license, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And,
here's my badge. I'm in the FBI, so stay sharp, huh?
I see. Okay, so Mr. Dan Williams and Mr. Roy. That's a very unusual last name. What is that, Royo? Sounds Mexican.
I don't know, Irish or something.
All right. And Mr. Hubert, are you joining these boys for doing a little library researching?
Absolutely. Anyway, I can help them.
All right. Well, we'll get you set up here. Why don't you boys go on back to that table, and I'll bring out what I got for you, okay?
Thanks.
All right. And he points you back. There's basically just one large table in the back there. And he goes into a little back office, pulls out some microfiche and an actual portable reader, as well as points you towards some stacks of where some old newspapers are actually just basically stacked up on some shelves. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a slog. How long would you like to do some research?
3 days.
6 inches.
3 days. Well, okay, so let's do this. How about we say...
We'll average those two.
Yeah. Well, let's say there's 3 of you. So we'll go ahead and say, let's roll a D3, and that's how many hours it'll take to do your doohickey, okay? So we'll say, in order for
I'm
you...
not touching anybody's doohickey. Just want to put that out there now.
I'll touch a D3, though.
So in order for you to read up enough to possibly gain some a library use roll, we're going to go ahead and do... Ooh, that's going to take you 3 hours.
Ooh.
So that's going to put you around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Works for me.
Cool. So we'll just keep track of that. At this
Something
stage,
tells me that I'm not going to get unsuspended until we finish this quest, so it doesn't matter.
I've been told we need to drag this out for 3 weeks, so...
All right, so...
I don't know how he's typing on a phone without a face, but somehow he's still updating Facebook.
This jackass?
He's FaceTiming.
He's dictating to the nurse.
Too soon. All right, so let's go ahead and start with...
2 H's or 1?
Let's go ahead and start with Dan. Give me a library use roll, buddy.
Library.
Oh. I needed a 26, and I rolled a 52.
All right. And let's
just
go...
like every other library use roll I make.
Let's go Roy next.
I need a 69. I got a 75.
69.
Would you like to either push that or augment it with luck?
No.
Okay. And Hubert.
Uh-oh. Didn't that
Automatic fail.
Oh, I need a 20. I got a 37.
All right.
Good. You said 3 hours, dudes. Let's go.
3 hours done.
3 hours more?
What's that?
Yeah.
We want to do 3 hours more?
Well, at this stage, something's going to be happening. So.
Oh my!
Yes. And essentially, that'll do it for you guys as far as this goes. So the library is going to be a bust for you, pretty much.
You know, I can't find anything in these stupid books about the garlic knives.
So what happens is Dan flags down Florian, the librarian, and lets him know that you're pretty much done doing some research. And Hubert helps collect some of the stuff to take back. And Roy, as you watch these boys cleaning up the research materials and everyone is kind of low in spirits, you suddenly feel another familiar wave of sickness or nausea overtake you.
Where will you be when the acid kicks in?
Tough acting to acting.
I'm going to need you to make a power roll. A power roll. P-O-W.
I should hit this one. Oh, but I didn't. Needed a 70, got a 95.
Oh my god, you are horrible at rolls.
So here's what happens.
Where dice hate us.
You guys, how about Hubert and Dan each give me a spot hidden?
Hey, don't suck, hey?
Well, I guarantee I'm going to.
I needed a 68. I rolled a 32. That's a hard success.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Daniel's rigid.
All right, Matt, as you are putting some of the newspapers back on the stacks, you see Roy out of the corner of your eye. He stands up from the table, sways precariously for a moment, and then slumps over back onto his chair and then sort of does a half backflip and lands on the floor face first. Meantime,
separated your legs on the landing there, buddy. The Russian judge is really not going to like that.
And you hear him go, oof. And oof. Roy, as this is happening, as you find yourself unstable and unsteady, the nausea rises up in your throat, and in your head, a blast of an image strikes your mind. And for a moment, you see
keyboard cat. Oh.
You see the sketch that you had drawn. Only now the figure is gone in the window. And you feel a wave of weakness overtake you. I'm going to need you to reduce your magic points by 1.
I got AIDS. Oh no. All right, now I have 10 magic points.
So you're down from 11 to 10. And as you flip over face first onto the floor, you pass out. And I think that's where we're going to end it.
Hey, Mr. First Aid, maybe get to me.
While you're down face out, do you need a back rub?
Well, keep in mind for next time that you took magic points, which are not healable.
Yeah, but I passed out. So.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Roll D20.
I'm more talking about the passed out thing.
So you need a little mouth to mouth, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, tune in next time for more of Chapter 6, The Big Uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling about that?
Thoroughly
this is good.
unproductive. And slightly perturbed, mildly annoyed, partially flustered.
But we had
I
Blueberry.
wish I would have hit one of those rolls.
For fuck's sake, we had Blueberry.
That's a whole lot of red, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's sheesh.
That's a whole lot of failures.
I did not do well. But
Well,
new character.
If you wouldn't have spent all those skill points in Drive Auto. Oops. All right, let's launch into our recommendos, guys, and let's start with Gabe.
Okay.
Gabe.
I have some preparation for this one. Because actually the opposite. Because I wasn't planning on recommendoing this when I woke up this morning. But I watched it in between then and now. I watched it while we were playing the game, actually. I wasn't paying attention. We've all done a really sad recommendo. Brian did Family. Matt did Doki Doki Literature Club. That one's sad because it's depressing that he likes that. So this one is
Family
kind of
sucks.
sad, but it's also it was excellent. And it's HBO ran a documentary about Andre the Giant, which, I mean, even if you're not a wrestling fan, I feel like everyone loves Andre the Giant. I mean, he's Andre the Giant. Hey, Jeremy, no one likes you either, so... I mean, he was in The Princess Bride, so it's not like he's just a wrestling dude. But, he was a big dude, so he was in a lot of pain, and it was kind of a sad life, but it was also... The documentary put everything in such a good light, even the sad parts. It was just excellent. They had a lot of people talking about him. They had, Hulk Hogan there. They had Rob Reiner there. They basically... almost everyone he's ever interacted with in his career, and it was just excellent. And it's hard to put into words.
That was on HBO.
Because as a wrestling fan, Andre the Giant means more than most wrestlers. So
yeah, he was fantastic in The Princess Bride.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been the movie without him in it. I mean,
the author of that book wrote it with him in mind. He was a massive Andre the Giant fan, and he wrote Fezzik as Andre the Giant.
That's cool.
So, that's HBO's Andre the Giant. Give it a check out, but if you plan on it, definitely be in a mood for that.
Matt's mad at you now, so get ready.
He's in a mood.
Matt's always mad at me. It's my goal.
Nice. All right, well, we'll check that out. And Brian, how about you?
I am recommending an anime. Shocker, I know. It's on Netflix. It's called Devilman Crybaby. No, not Shocker.
You said it was a shocker.
Demons are returning to the Earth plane, if you may. And a high school kid is convinced to take a demon inside of him, but remain human by keeping his human heart and become the savior of mankind by doing this. I don't want to give any more away because it's really a very thin plot, but fantastic animation, very gory. Do not watch it unless you're 13 or over because it's got a lot of nudity and language and gore and violence and
don't listen to this show unless you're 13 or
true,
older either.
True,
because we got a lot of gore and nudity and violence.
And they did a really good job with the keeping it true to like the main character's name is Akira, so that kind of gives you a glimpse into the homage that they're trying to go for. The older style, like Wicked City and Akira, the ultra violent, where the people basically are crowd driven to violence just based on
like Kickstarter.
Exactly, or like the news that's in the media now, or a tweet, or anything like that. Everybody jumps behind it immediately without fact checking or anything like that. This really brings to light that it's worldwide that happens. So I highly recommend it. It's really gory. It's quite gross. So Crybaby. The demon in it cries a lot. That's really the only thing I can think of why they have that as that subtitle. So check it out, Devilman.
Netflix. Awesome. How about you, Matthew?
Me?
Yes, you.
This week, I have a game called Kingsway. What it is, it's a roguelike RPG, but the whole thing is wrapped in this pseudo Windows 95 skin. So, the world is its own separate window, and then your inventory is a window, and your character is a window. So it becomes a way in. Like, everything is its own pop-up window. So after a while, not only are you, trying to defeat monsters and skeletons, but it becomes a game of like inventory and space and screen space management, which gives it a really fun little extra thing to do. Because you can, drag and drop the windows wherever you want to make it however you want. It has a lot of really neat like special events that change the way things work. It's really open-ended, so you can either, go out and save the kingdom if you want, or you can lie, cheat, and steal and kill people to gain power. And I just absolutely love the pseudo like Windows 95 aesthetic with the taskbars and all this stuff and the inventory management. It's a lot of fun. And it's not super difficult to pick up, which means just about anybody can take a chance with it.
Nice. What was that again? What was the name of it?
Kingsway.
Kingsway.
Ooh, you can get it on Steam for $10.
$10. Oh my god.
$9.99 if you want to be technical.
Hey, Matt, can I borrow $10?
Yeah, give me a second. Hey, Brian, can I borrow $10?
Yeah, Gabe, do you have that $10 you owe me?
Nah.
How about now?
Oh, yeah, I do now.
Oh, good.
Sweet. All right. Well, my recommendation for tonight is...
porn.
Oh, I like porn.
You called it a recommendation.
They're called porgs. I made that mistake at the theater a couple of times, and it got me
said
out.
Porn? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Children of the Corn. I love that movie.
Yeah, duh.
Now, my recommendation for tonight is a horror film that I watched on Shudder. It is from 1993, directed by Mariano Baiano, who is an Italian director, but this is not an Italian film. It is called Dark Waters.
Ooh.
And it is actually a UK-Russia collaboration and was shot in the Ukraine before the Ukraine was actually the Ukraine. It was still owned by Russia, or annexed, however you want to call it. It stars Louise Salter, Venera Simmons, and Maria Kopnist, and follows the story of a young woman who returns to a mysterious island convent in the Ukraine after her father dies to discover the mystery of her childhood. And if you've seen Suspiria, it opens very similar to that, where it's rain and thunder and lightning and just a very scary environment to which she arrives. Although the story is actually prefaced by showing a young woman being murdered by nuns. So, killer nuns with knives definitely has my attention right off the bat. The movie itself is extremely well lensed. The cinematography is gorgeous, and it is filled with gory Lovecraftian elements, which ticks all my boxes. It has, as I said, murderous nuns, ancient relics, questionable ancestry, and creepy practical effect monsters. The cool thing about this is I've never heard of this fucking movie. It's from 1993, and nobody has really ever heard of it until someone unearthed it and returned it to form. And if you think of it, like I said, Suspiria, which a lot of people may have not have seen, but that's Dario Argento. It's mixed with Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and The Resurrected. So it has this really cool conglomeration of different movie effects and has the same sort of vibe. I really loved it, and I watched it on Shudder. I loved it so much, I actually went out and bought the Blu-ray.
Wow.
So immediately ordered it because I thought, wow, I need to have this in my life so I can watch it more times. So highly recommended.
Is that subtitled?
It is not subtitled. It's actually dubbed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that.
I was curious because you said Ukraine. I was curious of how that worked.
Yeah, well, because of the UK influence, at least the one that I've got, I believe, is the. Now that you say that, I don't remember if it is subtitled or not.
Okay. Well, because years ago, we watched Day Watch and Night Watch. So I was curious. That's also Ukraine or Russian, correct?
Yeah.
Day Watch. Yeah.
Day Watch, I think, is Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Day Watch. That was an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sorry.
a lot of fun. No, that's
just
fine.
Curious.
Anyways, if you check that out, it's called Dark Waters, and it is phenomenal. So I really enjoyed it, especially for you Lovecraft lovers.
Can you mail me the Blu-ray real quick?
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review and preferably 5 stars. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody can please, for the sake of my sanity, please save me from these two, you can find me on Twitter at TheRealWeirdKid.
And if anyone wants to tell me that I'm the biggest asshole on the show, you can find me at Lovecraft Games.
I don't think they need to tell you that, but if you want to put it into my Twitter, you can find me at Brian Podcasts. Also on Discord, you'll get a response on that.
Yeah, that too.
Twitter's dead, man.
Twitter's so yesterday. All right, until next time, roll for sanity. Perfect.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late. Too late.
All right.